Sun Pharma. It will be closely watched in today's session as the US drug regulator is likely to complete its inspection of the Halol plant, maybe likely to give out the verdict today. So how crucial is this decision for India's largest pharmaceutical company, and how will different outcomes change the course of Sun Pharma's business? I think that's the key thing. Yesterday we told you how crucial Halol is. Today, how important the verdict is for overall Sun Pharma. Darshan is standing by with an analysis of 3 possible scenarios?
Yeah, that is. But first, I just wanted to say that, if the audit ends today, there's a possibility that the FDA might even increase its audit. As officially, it might end if they find some problem. But Sun Pharma will come to know whether they disclose to us, whether they disclose to the media or they give out a press release is anyone's guess. They haven't, most of the companies don't do it. So it depends. But probably in most cases, they will know what exactly happened. Now, let's take a look at what exactly is there. Why are the important? We are saying that these are the 3 inspectors that are there. Why are they important is because every inspector has a particularity. Parul Patel is a microbiologist, so they have an injectable plant. So the scrutiny of the injectable plant will be extremely high. So that is why we are listing, who the inspectors are, and sometimes, the inspectors, the analysis or the version of the inspection depends on what the inspector looks at for Sun Pharma. So these are the 3 inspectors that are there at Sun Pharma's Halol plant currently. Now, in terms of what Halol means for Sun Pharma, to just give you a basic need, first, it's the largest plant outside the US market, catering to the US for Sun Pharma. The biggest is Taro, obviously, which caters to the US market. Several approvals are pending because of the regulatory issues. For the past few years, they have not been able to get it. They is the high margin injectable business. They have oral solids and they have injectable. Injectable is extremely high margin and they are looking at growth there. A lot of Spark products are in a limbo because of issues at Halol. So they've got the approval, but Halol can't manufacture it. So Spark is also getting affected because of issues at Sun Pharma. Now, in terms of revenue, this has come down, but Halol contributes 11% of the US sales and 4% of the total sales. It's come down by half because of integration of Ranbaxy and pricing and competition issue. Now, in terms of the Halol plant, what is the current status? They have a pending warning letter awarded in 2015 and they have a Form 483 with 9 observations. This is the latest one that happened in 2016. Now, let's take a look at some of the scenario analysis, what will happen. The first scenario that we are considering is a no Form 483 or a clean chit by the US FDA. What this means that, the approvals will start coming in, but that will not happen overnight. In due course of time, they will again start getting approvals from this plant. Apart from it, they can have the approval to start making Spark products. So if there's no Form 483, watch out for Spark also, because that might react more positively by Sun Pharma. The US FDA may eventually lift the warning letter on Sun Pharma if there is a no Form 483 or a clean chit, and they will not have to have any more kind of remediation cost that they have been getting quarter on quarter, because they need to continuously make changes in their plant that is suitable to the US market. An analyst may upgrade the stock. All the analyst reports that have actually come out do indicate that there could be a re-rating that could happen on Sun Pharma if this actually has. But remember, financially, it may not happen. Anything may not happen immediately. So this is the first scenario that we are looking at. Second scenario is minor observations. Now, this may depend on what the observations are and what the number of observations are. Will have to comply if they are minor in nature and there is no data integrity. The company will have to comply with the changes that the US FDA auditors ask in a stipulated time frame. So this is the first important thing that you need to watch out for. There is a high probability that if the US FDA is satisfied and if the inspections are minor, they may not re-inspect it and they will ask Sun Pharma to do the changes and they may clear the plant. And on completion, there is a high chance of giving an EIR, that is an establishment inspection report, which says that your plant is clean and we are going to lift the warning letter eventually. So that is the scenario second that we are looking at for Sun Pharma at this point of time. And the third scenario is major observations. Now, what happens here, and this is the worst scenario, warning letter will not get lifted. There will be another Form 483 which they will have to do it. There will be status quo on the plant with delay in approval. So what is going on will still go on. Apart from it, more remediation cost to improve the plant. That is something that will happen for Sun Pharma. And the US FDA inspection unlikely will happen in 2018, because generally, if you see the past trend, it takes usually a year for the US FDA to come back and re-inspect the plants. And negative reaction by the brokerage community, by the shareholder community, because this is the major trigger that everyone was waiting on for Sun Pharma. So this is the three scenarios that we have analyzed for Sun Pharma, what could happen. Now, in terms of financial impact, clearance will be more of a sentimental booster for Sun Pharma. Immediately, there will not be any kind of financial impact, because the approvals will get in. They will not get in approvals immediately. It's not like overnight they can start shipping out products. The approvals will come in after a while. So that is something that we are watching out for. In terms of the financial impact, we are seeing that will ensure better financial and product visibility by the analyst community, and pricing pressure will continue. So more of then financial impact, Halol will be a big sentimental booster for Sun Pharma going ahead. So that's something that we are watching out for Sun Pharma. Valuation, obviously, you have to watch out for. It's the most expensive large cap pharma stock. It trades at a valuation of 25 times, which is almost double of Aurobindo Pharma, which is trading at almost 12 to 13 times. So no doubt with size comes valuation issue. It's the largest pharma company, but these are the scenarios that we are watching out. But we again want to say there is a high probability that Sun Pharma may not tell what happened, but in most cases they will come to know what happened.
Darshan, I just have one quick question. If it contributes 4% of overall sales,
yes,
and if the stock is already corrected meaningfully, though as the numbers state it's still expensive, if the issue doesn't get resolved, is there a meaningful downside to Sun Pharma?
See, the meaningful
because of this.
Yeah, so the downside here is the fact that it will be status quo. So financially there will not be any impact, but they are facing severe pressure in the US. So contribution wise it will not face an impact, but the stock has run up significantly on anticipation that Halol will get cleared. So again, if you see the last 1 year chart, Sun Pharma has managed, it was 1200, went down to almost 300. Now from 300 it's come back to 600. So there could be some bit of selling off that could happen on Sun Pharma.
Okay, yeah. So from those 450 odd levels to about 541 currently, a rally in trade yesterday as well. If this doesn't come about, maybe just maybe it'll fizzle away.